Hey everybody, it's Beth. I'll be using this 8-inch bamboo ring from Dollar Tree and some ribbons to make a ribbon wreath. I start by cutting strips of ribbon 14 inches long. I'm using 3 different patterns and I cut 12 strips of each pattern, so 36 in total. And for each style of ribbon, you'll need about 5 yards. After I have them all cut, I fold them in half and dovetail or fishtail the ends. After I have them all cut, I take one piece at a time. You'll fold it in half, pinch the center. It'll make it easier to tie it. Once you have it pinched, wrap it around the bamboo ring, and then you will just tie it right around the ring, and then pull those strips nice and tight. And then just open up your ribbons, make sure they're facing the same direction, and then you will just alternate your patterns all the way around until you have it completely filled in. After you have all of your ribbons on there, just go ahead and spread them out just to make sure it's completely covered. And then you can hang a sign or something in the center. I made one to put in the center using a printable and a round piece from Walmart. This wood round was 7 inches. I painted the entire thing with Plaster chalk paint by Waverly, and I just gave it one quick coat and dried that. And then I placed a layer of Mod Podge on the front. And then I used this printable I made, which I'll have on my Facebook group, and placed it down, smoothed it out with my hands, and then took saran wrap to smooth out any bubbles or wrinkles. You can just use your hands and smooth it out or use an iron. This actually works really good to get out most of the bubbles and wrinkles. Then I used my heating tool to dry that layer and then trimmed off the excess paper, did an outer layer of Mod Podge, and again used my heating tool to dry it, and then sanded off all of the excess paper. And then to attach it, I take this extra piece of ribbon I had. I didn't measure it, but it's probably about 12 inches, maybe a little more. I placed my circle in the center just to see where I needed to put hot glue. Added hot glue directly to the ribbon, placed down my little plaque just to make sure I had it nice and centered, and then just made sure that the glue was all the way to the edge so that ribbon is completely stuck to the entire back. And then I take the ribbons on the wreath form and spread them apart, making sure that I have 18 on either side of where I separated it so it's completely even. And then I'm going to be flipping it over, putting the little plaque underneath, and then the ribbons that are attached to the plaque will wrap around the bamboo ring right back onto the back of the plaque. And then I hot glue those into place. Then I flip it back over and push the ribbons nice and tight against that piece that is wrapped around it, just so you can't really see it or you can't really tell that it's different. And then I want to add a hanger, so I just take some twine, and I wish I had thought of this before I had glued it down. So I ended up taking my twine and wanted to push it through that ribbon that's wrapped around it. Wasn't really going through, so I just wrapped it around a paintbrush and then stuck that whole paintbrush right through the back in between those ribbons, and then pulled it through, and it just pulls the twine right through. And then cut it, knotted it, and remove the excess. And that is it. Super pretty and a super easy wreath to do. Thank you guys so much for watching.